Is Starbucks even worth it anymore? From their inflated prices to diminishing quality, Starbucks is no longer the cozy coffee shop they once were. Starbucks is losing millions of dollars, and they might even have to close down some of their locations. Just this year, Starbucks reported a 15% drop in net income, and the stock has plummeted ever since. Going to Starbucks now feels like going to any other coffee shop, but at an unjustified higher price. I mean, with rising competition from other coffee shops, you can probably get a higher quality cup of coffee and breakfast items for around the same price with better customer service. From spelling your name wrong to serving reheated frozen food, Starbucks isn't the high-end coffee shop they would like to be. But it gets even worse when we look at the wider issues that are causing Starbucks to lose customers. Starbucks is currently being sued by a customer advocacy group for false advertising. The lawsuit claims that Starbucks misled the public by promoting its 100% ethical sourcing while allegedly sourcing coffee and tea from farms with severe human rights and labor abuses in Guatemala, Kenya, and Brazil. The lawsuit highlights specific instances of labor violations, including child labor and unsafe working conditions, and accuses Starbucks of continuing to buy from these problematic suppliers. Starbucks has also battled with the unionization of its employees for years. They have used many strategies to punish unionizing employees, including reducing employee hours and closing stores completely. Starbucks fought against unionization for 2 years, but is now willing to come to an agreement. If Starbucks reaches an agreement, it won't be because they care about their employees, but because they don't want to lose any more money. Considering this, if you're just an occasional Starbucks customer as opposed to a Starbucks addict, then issues like this are likely to deter you away from the brand. Not to mention, over the past few years, Starbucks customers have experienced lower quality drinks, food, and customer service. The personalized feel-good experience has been reduced to a few clicks on the Starbucks app, and if you're lucky, the barista might call your name. But how could we blame them, since most Starbucks employees are overworked due to staff shortages? According to a former Starbucks employee in Milwaukee, "I would leave my shift absolutely drained mentally and physically from a lack of support I felt, making 200 plus drinks an hour as fast as I could just to keep up with drive-through times and customers from complaining." Most Starbucks locations are understaffed with the recent drop in profits, so it wouldn't be surprising if the issue continues. And while the quality of products and services seems to be declining, the price keeps going up. In recent years, Starbucks has raised their prices in response to inflation and rising costs of labor. Understandably, the price of ingredients have gone up and a small increase is anticipated. However, since Starbucks is already considered a luxury or a treat by many coffee drinkers, even a small price increase may no longer be worth the splurge. And considering the current cost of living crisis, many customers are holding off on buying overpriced coffee. Even Starbucks CEO Luxman Narsaman has stated that Starbucks has felt the impact of a more cautious customer.
We are still the largest player in out-of-home coffee. If you look at some of the metrics that we
Dunkin'
have...
Donuts and Tim Hortons said you are not holding share, sir. I regard them as being seminal companies that are just as good when it comes to... McDonald's says you are losing share. I can't go against those three companies. They are too good and too honest and too big for me to dismiss.
And since 2020, the home barista community has grown, especially with social media tutorials on how to make a pretty good, high quality coffee at home. And even with their bank-like app and their loyalty program, Starbucks continues to lose customers and profit. If you're not familiar with their loyalty program, instead of paying with cash or credit cards, Starbucks allows you to add money to your account. Then you just use the app in place of an order and pay on your phone, which gives you stars that you could then redeem for free drinks and food. Starbucks is one of the most popular restaurant reward apps in the industry, and at the end of 2019, users held a collective 1.5 billion in balances. Now, $1.5 billion might not sound like a huge amount for a large company, but it's significant when you consider that 3,900 banks across the US have less than 1 billion in total assets. Customers obviously one day exchange their money for coffee, but in the meantime, they unknowingly provide Starbucks with $1.5 billion in loan at 0% interest. And what's crazy is that 10% of this money will be forgotten or lost and never used, which is known in the industry as breakage. What's even more surprising is that since they're legally not a bank, Starbucks balances cannot be withdrawn like cash from a real bank, only coffee, allowing it to bypass financial regulation and use deposit money however it likes. Meanwhile, all customers get in return for basically loaning Starbucks investment money are stars. But if their clever loyalty program and app can save them, will the coffee chain be able to get back to business as usual? Well, in an effort to recover, Starbucks is rolling out its triple shot reinvention with two pump strategy to combat disappointing financial performance. This includes speeding up service, enhancing promotions and app features, introducing new menu items like tapioca style pearls and sugar-free options, and extending operating hours. These changes aim to attract occasional customers, reduce order abandonment, and tap into new revenue opportunities. If you've ever had Starbucks, you would know they rarely have promotions, and now they have a different one almost every week. And in 2023, Starbucks announced that through its growth plan, it will essentially double its employees' hourly income from 2020 to 2025 by not just raising hourly wages, but by offering employees more hours. To witness the struggles of a large company is always fascinating, since it makes us reconsider our role as customers or investors and makes us think about where we choose to spend our money. Unfortunately, in situations like these, employees and customers bear the brunt of the company's challenges. If Starbucks decides to close its locations, many employees will lose their jobs at a time where we're already experiencing a difficult cost of living crisis. However, with the right strategies in place, Starbucks has the potential to turn its fate around. We'll just have to wait and see if Starbucks can reclaim their standing as the world's favorite coffee shop. If you enjoy the video, like and subscribe, it would really help out the channel. And if you're already subscribed, I really appreciate the support. Until next time, thanks for watching.